Money. It's what makes the world go round. It's what we all need to survive. And in the grand scheme of things, it's probably the most important thing when deciding when, or even if, you get to give up your day job and make a career out of your dreams. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Gareth Dillon. I'm a music producer looking to take my passion and make a career out of it. If you hadn't already guessed, today we're going to be talking about the money making side of music production, how I've made money in the past, and how I hope to carry on making some in the future. Now, having a career in the music industry, and especially where I am now, one of the best ways to go about it is to be a freelancer. And where better to do freelancing than on a website like Fiverr? For those of you who don't know, Fiverr is one of the biggest freelance based sites in the world. Whether you're looking for a musician or producer, or a video editor, or a website designer, or someone to file your taxes, there's probably someone on Fiverr that you can hire. I started this account while I was at uni, but I never really put in the effort needed to stand out on here. As I said, Fiverr is one of the biggest freelance sites in the world, so every single market is so heavily saturated. It takes a lot of effort to stand out and to get your gig noticed so that people actually want to come and hire you. So while I was at uni, because I never put the effort in, I never actually made any money on here. When I moved back home after uni, I then put in some more effort. I set up a session bassist gig as well as a mixing engineer gig. And the mixing engineer gig is the only one that made me any money. But it's been about a year since any work has come through Fiverr. So we are going to very quickly put some work in and get my gigs more up to date. I originally thought I was going to just update the gigs that I already had live, even though they haven't had any traction in a while. But literally 2 minutes ago, I decided I'm going to just redo the gigs from scratch. And we're very quickly just going to blitz through them. And if I've got anything worth telling you about, then I'll tell you about it. I'm not an expert, as you can probably imagine. Everything I do is going to be based on my own experience. It's not hard and fast rules. It's not the best way of doing things on here. It's just what I found from looking at other more successful gigs in my own research. We'll start off with the session bassist one, I think. One thing that I have found in my research is that you basically always need to have your 3 tiers. Most commonly, people will go for your middle tier option. So you kind of need to make that one the most attractive and then just make the other ones kind of worth your time to have above and below. Your delivery time needs to be kind of short, but from what I've seen, the revisions don't actually need to be that many. Yeah, you don't need to have that many revisions on these sorts of gigs because everyone tends to kind of charge for more. I don't think I'm going to add video just yet because, I mean, you've seen my recording setup. It's not the greatest. But yeah, I'm just kind of going with what I know at the moment. Obviously, if one of you is watching this and you decide, actually, yeah, let's hire Gareth to play bass for us, and you want me to record a video, just say in the notes and I'll add video in for you. I'm more than happy to work in any way for people at the moment, especially while I'm doing such small scale work. I have had FAQs in the past, but I feel like if I'm asking people to contact me directly, then I don't feel like the FAQs are completely necessary because if people are going to be contacting me anyway, they can just ask me themselves and it creates a better back and forth and a better relationship if people are asking me the questions and getting straight away. Now, traditionally, I have had videos in the past. I'm not going to be adding them right now because it's not something that I've got at all recently. But what I do have Now these are all songs that I did while I was at uni because they're the ones I have to hand. So that is what is going on my profile. Wow, that is stretched out to fuck, that picture. But we are also going to come in. We are making a mixing and mastering gig. Now, because of how fickle Fiverr is, and how making any money on there is basically entirely out of my own control, I've decided to make my own website, garethdillon.co.uk. At the moment, it's pretty much only set up as a way for you to hire me, but over time I want to make it so much more than that. At the moment, if you want to hire me, the options are pretty limited. I've got mixing, session bass, and mixing and master, just like I have on Fiverr. I'm playing to my strengths right now, and I'm hoping that over time, as I build up my portfolio of other work, I can then add more job opportunities on here as well. So if you want to hire me to play guitar, just for mastering, to edit your vocals or your drums, then there'll be ways to do that, to have me just work on part of something rather than the whole thing. I want to have my portfolio more built up because I want people to believe in my services before they even give me their money. So I want to have that portfolio built up and ready to go before I start to offer extra things. And yes, as you can see here, my portfolio is still quite small. Obviously, over the coming weeks and months, this is the priority I'm going to be working towards, of trying to make a bigger, better portfolio page for you to see my work before anyone decides to hire me. The portfolio is the best way to show people that I'm a competent musician and producer and that I'm able to be trusted to do the work, essentially. Right now, I have my band, so I played bass on all of these songs. Lunch was my first ever serious go at being a mastering engineer, so I've done practice tracks before, but this was my first time mastering something that was going to be released. And then Mischief was my production for my final project at uni, but it's the first song that we wrote together as a band and kind of why the band sounds the way we do. Lydia here, you've just got the one song because I don't know how to set up a playlist on Squarespace. Lydia I also worked with on my final project at uni, and she really taught me the difference between working as a producer for a client compared to with Fruit Punch working as a producer as part of the team. Finally, I've got a link here to my other YouTube channel. So this is where I post all my covers. I've got a lot of like bass playing covers from before I fucked my hand, which I spoke about last week. So I'm hoping to get back into the swing of posting those more regularly as well. Now, seeing as you're watching this video right now, I'm going to hope this page is quite self-explanatory. I'm going to post all of my Producer Diaries videos on here as well as on my YouTube channel. Obviously, for you watching right now, there's only this one that you're watching and last week's video that are up there, but in the future it will be filled with all of my content, and rather than just having the most recent ones, I'll also have some highlight videos of weeks where I've gone in depth about something and it's been really helpful for other people. I'll keep that kind of nearer the top so that it's easier for people to find again, and people new to the channel can see, oh, this is the video where something big happens, so let's go watch that one. Plus, in hopefully like 6 months time, if someone is to find my website through my Instagram or something else, then they'll be able to look back and see I've got all of this like long form series about being a music producer, and hopefully it'll get them to subscribe here as well. Finally, if you want to get in touch with me, there's a page for that as well. If you want to talk about making music together or ask me any questions outside of the YouTube comments, or even if you just want to hurl abuse at me, it's probably where I'll be able to respond to you the quickest. And obviously, with this coming into my emails inbox rather than just a YouTube notification, it's a lot easier for me to keep track of who they're from and such. So, yeah, if you're looking for a music producer or a session musician, you know where to go. And if you want to see what comes next in my attempts to make a career out of the whole music production thing, then why not hit subscribe? And while you're down there, hit the like button as well to let me know you like what you're seeing. I'll see you all next week when we're going to get a bit meta and talk about making content. If you want to see that, I'll see you next week. Goodbye.